What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a new video. Today we got a special install for you guys. So I've been waiting to do this mod for a very long time. We're gonna be changing the steering wheel today to a sport steering wheel with paddle shifters. So if you guys are curious on how to install paddle shifters onto your non-paddle shifter BMW, this is the perfect video for you guys. So let's go ahead, jump in and talk about what we have right over here. All right, guys, so over here, we got the new steering wheel. As you guys saw, we got the normal non-sport steering wheel in our BMW. Today, we got this sport one, we got the airbag, and we got this nice sport one with the paddle shifters, as you guys can see right over here. These ones are the pre-LCI paddle shifters. Yeah, guys, so pre-LCI and the DCT paddle shifters will work, but the LCI paddle shifters will not work with just a kit like this. But speaking of the kit, let's go ahead, open up the kit real quick. All right, guys, so this is the kit from Natty & Co. It is a nice little easy retrofit kit, DIY, super simple, super easy. Let's go ahead, open it real quick. All right, guys, so right here, we got the steering wheel harness. Pretty simple, nice packaging, as you guys can see right over here. All right, guys, and then we also got the shifter harness right over here. And then we also got a nice little instruction manual over here. Kind of tells you which one is for which. When it comes to like pinning in the harness. Very nice to have this, very easy, makes it very self-explanatory. And then also comes with a nice little air freshener, so it's always a plus, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, so right here, this one is the shift knob harness, and most kits will come with this thing. Very simple, very easy. Like I said, most kits will come with this. Special thing about this kit though is that it does come with the steering wheel harness kit. And the reason why this is special is because you can use any of these buttons, the sport buttons, it'll work. So that's why this kit is special compared to other kits. You don't have to worry about finding the certain buttons. They're like 300 bucks, which is ridiculous. So it makes it very easy. You can do it by yourself without having to order those buttons. So that's why this one is good. Alrighty, guys, now that I showed you guys the kit, we got two steering wheels over here. So we got one with paddle shifters, like you guys can see right over here. And then we also got one without paddle shifters. So I'm gonna mention the key differences between both of these. The one with paddle shifters, it's gonna come with this harness, and there's gonna be wires in pin number 4 and pin number 6. Now, if we go over to the steering wheel without paddle shifters, this harness does not have any wires. As you guys can see, it does not have a wire in pin 4 or 6. So ideally, what you wanna do is get the buttons from a non-paddle shifter steering wheel and swap them over to a paddle shifter steering wheel. I do wanna say though that on this one, these buttons are still possible. You're just gonna have to do some extra work. So that is why we're gonna swap over these buttons and trim onto this steering wheel. And the reason why, we're either gonna have to solder the wires into pin 4 and 6, or we're gonna have to use a self-tapper kit. We kind of just wanna avoid that. But if you have to, you definitely can do that. All right, guys, so we got this base steering wheel over here, and we're gonna go ahead and take this out real quick. It's pretty simple. Pretty much we'll take off the steering wheel, and then we'll swap over the trims from this non-paddle shifter steering wheel onto this paddle shifter steering wheel, and then do all the wiring and show you guys how to do all that. All right, guys, so whenever you're messing with airbags, you wanna make sure that you unplug the battery. So let's go ahead, unplug this battery real quick. So we're just gonna go ahead and unplug the negative terminal right over here. I believe it's a 10 mil. Plug that real quick, and then we'll put a towel in between the negative, just like that, so it doesn't touch the negative terminal, because like I said, whenever you're messing with airbags, it's always good to unplug the battery. So guys, we're in the car now, and you're gonna wanna get one of these small little screwdrivers. On both sides underneath, there's gonna be a little spot where you can like stick the screwdriver in, and like you gotta kind of like finesse it and it'll pop out. If it's your first time, it might take a while, so be prepared for that. But otherwise, down over here, there's like a little hole, I think. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead, go up and push this way. And it already popped out. And I remember my first time ever doing this, it literally took me like 2 hours to do it. So it does get kind of complicated, but after you've done it a few times, it's pretty easy. So you go like this, pop it out. All right guys, so we got it popped off. So on this airbag right here, all you're gonna have to do is right in here, you're gonna push down, I think right like this, something like that. So you're gonna push down this little thing right here, and it goes down and it pops right out. So this is the old airbag. This is honestly worthless. It's not worth anything. So we'll set that to the side. So you're gonna go ahead and get a 16 mil socket and just undo it, and then the steering wheel should come right out. Also guys, there is one other thing that you have to pop out right over here. It's the buttons for these. So after you get that out, then you're gonna go ahead, take your 16 mil and comes right out, and we're gonna pull off the steering wheel. Simple as that. If it's your first time, it might take a little bit longer. This is the old steering wheel, no longer need this. So we'll put this to the side. All right guys, so we got ourselves a T20 over here. You do need these T-bits, T20 specifically, and we're just gonna go ahead. There's 3 of them, one right here, here, and then over here. We're just gonna undo those really quick. We're gonna go ahead and do it on this steering wheel as well. So pretty much it's like kind of connected to the rubber on the top. Just pull up on it, just like that. We got this trim off. So guys, we got the trim off and the buttons that we need. So we're gonna set that right over here. And now we're gonna go ahead, take these off real quick, just like that. And so these ones are connected because they do have the paddle shifters already connected to them. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead, undo that right there. Undo those right there, and now we got this trim off, and this is the one that already has the pins in it. You still, like I said, it's still possible to do it. It's just easier with these buttons. So the reason why we're gonna take these buttons off right now is because I actually don't like this trim. I actually would rather have the carbon trim, the carbon fiber wrap trim for now. So that's why we're taking it off. Otherwise, you don't really need to. You could literally just put this on right here. But just for my own self, I'm gonna be using this plastic trim over this one. So that's why I'm taking these buttons off. Alrighty guys, we got the buttons right here, which is perfect. Now we're gonna go ahead and set this off to the side. So guys, there are plenty of part numbers for these. There's so many different ones, but this one specifically is 9123289. So that is the part number for this one. Like I said, there's a lot of different part numbers. You're just gonna have to get one of them. And as long as it doesn't have the pins in there, that's ideally what you want to go for. All right guys, so now that we got the trim that I want, I'm gonna put these buttons on here, and then it tucks right into here, little spot right there. And let's go ahead and screw these in. All right guys, so we got the new buttons onto this trim. So let's go ahead, put this onto here. I'm gonna set it down, make sure it fits all nice. Kind of like pops into place, flip it over. And since these are already on here, screw these bad boys back in. And you definitely just want to hand tighten these because you don't want to strip these T-bits. They're kind of easy to strip. And then you don't want to over tighten them either and break them. So just nice and firm, nothing too crazy. Got that on there now, which is perfect. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and take the harness, and ideally you want to have it be sitting this way. Actually, this is the only way it can be sitting. So you want to make sure these 2 wires are going this way and the negative is going to the left. So sitting just like this. All right guys, so on the instructions, you guys can see we're at the steering wheel harness right now. So we're gonna put the green wire into pin 6, which is on the far right. All right guys, so before we plug in the actual tapping wires, what we're gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna kind of go into here. I wanna stab myself either. There we go. So we pop that open now. Just like that. So it kind of, you guys can kind of see in there. Now we can actually put the wires in. There's kind of like a little bit of a clip on the top of it. So you're gonna go ahead, push this in, just like that. Now it's sitting in all the way, which is perfect. And we're gonna go ahead and take this orange one, make sure this is at the top, this little thing right here, and push this all the way through, and it should have clicked in. You'll hear it click, and then you just push this thing down. which is perfect. So now we're all good to go on that. And remember guys, to double check the instructions. So the green wire goes into pin 6 and the orange wire goes into pin 4. So make sure you guys do that, because otherwise it will not work. So guys, now we're gonna go ahead and take this red wire, and over here is the negative. And we're gonna go ahead and undo this. I believe it's gonna be, so guys, I believe it's gonna be a T10. So we're gonna go ahead and use a T10 real quick. And this is the ground wire, by the way, guys. This is very important as well. Then we're gonna take this real quick and kind of have it sit on top. It's gonna be kind of hard to see, but you're just gonna want it to sit on top like this and then screw it back in. So as you guys can see, we got the red wire on top of the brown wire, which is the negative. And we just screw it in. So pretty much you just wanna make sure that it is set up correctly. So make sure the left side goes to the left and the right side goes to the right. So we're gonna go ahead and plug these in real quick. So it clicks in just like that. So make sure those are plugged in right there. Now we're just gonna go ahead and tuck these wires in. So now what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna take this, which is the shift harness, and we're gonna go ahead and show you guys how to do this real quick. And this is pretty easy. Yeah. It's mostly just wire management. So we're gonna go ahead and do this real quick. All right guys, so we are back in the car. So over here, we're gonna mess with this trim right here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead, pull up on this. Make sure you don't hit anything. Sometimes you can, so it's kind of risky, but all right, we got this thing off. Now we're gonna go ahead, pull up on this. So we're just gonna kind of pull up on it. Nothing too crazy. All right guys, so now that we got this popped off, we're gonna go ahead and just disconnect everything. All right, pop this off, set this to the side. And we're gonna go ahead and take off this big trim piece over here. Make sure the glove box is open, guys, first before you mess with it. And we're gonna go ahead like this. Make sure you do it from all angles. So if you guys have an iDrive controller, you're gonna wanna unplug this. If not, there's not gonna be anything there. It's pretty easy. I'm gonna set this to the side now. All right guys, so it is a T20 down here. We're gonna undo these real quick. There are a few of them. So we just took out 3 T20s right here. So 1, 2, 3. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna leave it lowered. We don't really have to take it out. It's just extra work. So we're gonna leave it like this. All right, so this is the tricky part. You don't want to scratch your trim. So you wanna be very careful. So you're either gonna wanna use a small little flathead or a trim remover tool. These ones are just kind of like thick though, so it's kind of annoying, but all right guys, so real quick, we're gonna put this right here, apply some pressure downwards. Just like that. Pop that up. Make sure it doesn't go back in. And then pretty much the same thing on the other side. Give it some good pressure. Oh, just like that. There we go. There we go. So we're gonna go ahead and disconnect this. You're gonna push down and then pull over this thing. It's kind of complicated at first. It's like one of these ones. You guys can kind of see you gotta press down on this button and then like it pulls over. All right guys, so there's a little clip right there. You're gonna wanna pop that out. Just like that. All right guys, so right here is 1 through 6 from the left to the right. And then this side is 7 through 12. All right guys, so we got the instructions right here. So for the shifter harness, which is where we're at now, you're gonna wanna put the green wire into pin 4 and the orange wire into pin 2. Okay. So right here, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the 4th one. You're gonna put a little pressure, pretty good amount of pressure right here. And pull out, so that is 4. And now we're gonna do that to pin 2. Okay, so we press down on that. And for the wire 2, right there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right guys, so now that we unplugged these little 2 pins, we're gonna put these to the side because we don't need these anymore. So we're just gonna tuck this in down over here. All right guys, so now that this is ready, we're gonna go ahead, disconnect this blue one on the right side, right over here. And so now that we unplug this, we're gonna go ahead and grab our harness. All right guys, so we got the harness right here and it's pretty long, so you guys can actually like finesse it through and it should fit perfectly fine. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and plug this. It only goes one way, guys, so we're just gonna go ahead and plug this in real quick. Like that. And then like that, so that is plugged in. We are good to go on that. So guys, now that we got this plugged in, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take these little wires right here. There's a little bit of a gap down here, and we're gonna kind of push those down. And then on the other side, we're gonna go ahead and put our finger. We kind of wanna like finesse it through. Can you see? Kind of like that. and then you want to get a hold of at least one of them. All right, so we got it going through now. So I'm gonna pull this all the way down. We don't want to pull all of it, just enough so we can actually push it through. So what we're gonna do now is take the wire, finesse it through here, pull up right there, and then we're gonna tuck it down because you don't want to see the wire. All right, so now that it's tucked down over here and it's coming through right here, now is the part where we actually pin them in. So if you guys refer to this, the green wire goes into pin 4, and pin 4 is right over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so number 4. All right guys, so you're gonna put it through the top. Make sure the little pin thing, there's like a little tab, push that through the top. There, it's clicked into place, and now we're gonna take the orange wire and put it into pin slot 2. Just like that. So now it's plugged in, so we're good to go on that. Make sure there's not too much. We're gonna pull the wire back. Give it a little bit of room for play, so when you actually pull out the steering wheel, if you ever want to pull it out, it won't just rip everything out. So make sure you still leave a decent amount sitting there. And then what we can do is we can go ahead and put this little trim piece back together down here. It's on there. I'm going to tighten it later. So now we're going to go ahead and start reassembling everything. Everything's nice and tucked. Don't really want the wires just hanging all up everywhere. We're going to put our trim back in. Make sure you plug everything back in. Don't want to forget anything. Kind of got to finesse it a little bit. All right, it's back on, so we're good to go for that. Then we're gonna go ahead and put this back on. And there's really only one way it fits on, so it's not that difficult. Extra shifter back on. It's on there good. So now everything's all back put together, which is perfect. All right guys, so we gotta put this cap back on. So we're just gonna go ahead and slide this. I think there's only really one way it goes. All right guys, so we're gonna go ahead and slide this back on right here. Make sure it clicks into place. Go ahead and plug it back into over here. There's really only one way it goes back on, so it's not that difficult. All right, and now we're gonna go ahead and put this trim piece back on. All right guys, so we're gonna go ahead and set this back in. And you want to make sure that on the steering wheel, there's going to be a little bit of like an arrow right here. And you want to make sure there's like, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it lines up. So you want to make sure it lines up perfectly.
It kind of like goes, like it tries to maneuver itself in its position.
Yeah, and if not, it will be like kind of off, like it won't feel right. Got that on, and then we're going to grab the bolts. Make sure you put the bolt on, because I've actually done that where I forgot to put the bolt on.
Sheesh!
Yeah.
You trying to die?
Yeah. Make sure it's on there. It's not going anywhere. So now, you want to connect these ones over here. This one goes to the left. You'll kind of see, it will fit. Like otherwise, it just, if you're putting it in the wrong spot, it won't fit. So now we're going to tuck it in as best as possible. You don't really want it to be too messy. It's just like the peace of mind of knowing that it's like, the OCD part of me is like, I want it to be clean, you know?
I feel it.
So now, these are like the only two things that are popping out. So now we're gonna go ahead and plug these in. Okay, we got these 2 pins on. It really only goes on one way. Make sure that the top piece is actually clicked into place. You don't want it to be loose. It's clicked into place. Bro, it looks really good.
Yeah, that looks stupid good, dude.
It looks way better.
Paddles, airbag. Let's see if it works, bro.
Okay, now we gotta go ahead and plug in the battery. And I'm always scared of that when I start.
Right? Oh, nah, bro.
Bro, I don't care. I do it anyway. I said, I'm standing to the side. I'm not trying to die today. Bro, what if it goes off? You never know.
I don't think it'll just go off. Okay, looks like you're good, bro.
All right.
Is there any airbag lights?
No.
All right, you're good.
No airbag light.
All right, bro. Moment of truth.
Okay,
dude.
moment of truth. Let's put it into drive. Let's put it into sport. Heck yeah, bro.
Is it working?
It's working.
Bro.
Downshift. Okay. Yeah, dude, it's perfect.
Go again, go again.
It's doing exactly how it's supposed to be for these pre-LCIs. So when you press this way towards you, it goes to second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Then you press down, it goes first, it downshifts. So,
on both sides?
Yeah, both sides work.
Right on, dude.
Literally both sides work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down, down, down.
from
yes, bro.
Bro, from a regular steering wheel
a sport steering wheel, boy.
with paddles, bro.
Heck yeah.
Sheesh. Where'd you get this thing from again, bro? I forgot.
E90 Co. You know what I'm saying?
Sheesh.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and take it for a little drive. Bro, it looks so much better compared to the stock ones. Those stock ones are so like thin and just don't even look at it at all. These ones look way better. So let's go ahead and drive with this real quick. All right, let's go real quick. Oh, it's crispy, bro. And then downshift. Bro, it works.
Yes,
crazy, dude. Let's get it,
bro. From no paddles and ugly steering wheel to this, bro. This looks so good, dude.
It looks so much better. Now I can actually shift quick. It feels so much better. It feels like an actual E90, dude. I'm telling you. It's crazy.
Yeah, the other steering wheel dates the car, bro.
It does. It honestly makes it feel like really old. Quick with it, bro. Dude, it's so nice. Paddle shifters and everything. Wow. And drive straight. What can I say? Alrighty, guys. Oh, wow. It looks so much better from right here even. Bro, driver's perspective. Woo. Yeah, wow. That looks so much better, guys. This is a must do, honestly. If you have one of those base ones, you definitely need to get a sports steering wheel, especially with the paddles. So yeah, guys, it looks so much better. I will leave this linked down below in the description. Go check out this kit. This is my good friend Noor's product. He just started his new company, E90 Co. This is his first product that he's releasing. So yeah, definitely go support him. Support me as well. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you guys enjoyed this video, or if it helped you in any way, honestly, definitely give it a like as well. Alrighty, guys, make sure to check us out on Instagram. I'll go ahead and throw up our Instagrams right over here. But yeah, guys, with that being said, remember, stay safe, stay happy, and stay in that project car. I will catch you guys later. We got that fuel reserve light and the brake light, you know, because we got this up, you know, so it does have a brake light.
I was like, what's so funny about pulling the e-brake?